There's a link in the low bar to a really good article entitled "Boredom Can Fuel Hostility Towards Outsiders" or Toward Outsiders. Its application to YouTube, in my opinion, is pretty clear. There is a lot of what goes on on YouTube that I think is just the result of watching the same video content over and over and over again. Um, a lot of the videos here about the same topic, or two or three topics perhaps, but the same things are said over and over again, and so it's just a matter of who is being insulted and in what way are they being insulted, that gets to be the focus of the video, because the content of the video has been repeated a number of times, and we don't seem to be able to use this forum for anything except group formation and scorekeeping sometimes. So maybe we should think about what boredom does and take a look at this article. It's good. These three researchers, for example, found that their research explains how feelings of boredom can strengthen solidarity within in-groups and heighten hostility towards outsiders. It's easy to divide the world into people like us and outsiders. And they studied that tendency and what happens. And one of the surprising factors that exacerbates this unfortunate tendency is boredom. They found that, for example, if we feel part of a group, it can decrease the value that we place on people who seem alien to that group or seem different from it. And their basic thesis is that boredom is more than a simple lack of stimulation. Bored people experience their lives, or at least the situations they find themselves in, as fundamentally meaningless. And this is, it's a really uncomfortable feeling to feel meaninglessness. So they search for a way to establish a sense of purpose. It's a natural inclination, of course. And they found that boredom can inspire people to, yes, at times engage in helpful behavior, helping your neighbor, giving blood, those kinds of things. But it can also be expressed in belief systems or groups that give you a sense of identity and a sense of meaning. And when your sense of identity and a sense of meaning comes solely from your group affiliation, whether it's that you're a Democrat or a sports fan, whatever it is, you can hold that with greater intensity if you're bored or if you feel under threat. And I sort of think that that might be a reason to give some thought to this. How do we get out of this? Well, I don't know, because the content of a lot of videos here are very repetitive. The content is very similar often. The only thing that changes in some videos is who's being targeted and who's being insulted. But the claims and the other content of a lot of videos, and that's not just from one side or the other, that's from a lot of people. It tends to be the same. And it tends just to be who's under the gun on this video, which doesn't really lead to very good places, This group of researchers say that bored people seek meaningfulness by negatively evaluating the actions of the outgroup members. And they are targeted against as an in-group members. So in other words, if you find somebody who disagrees with you, even if it's on a very small point, and you feel bored and under stress, you're likely to give that a lot more meaning and to feel very much more threatened than you probably would under different circumstances. I mean, how do we get around this if we want to use YouTube? for a way to exchange ideas on things. Um, I think maybe just expanding the content and trying to find other areas that people might be wanting to engage in, ideas that um, maybe you have a passion for, but have nothing to do with the repetitive and often vicious content of so much here on YouTube. I mean, it's just a suggestion. I'm just kind of tired. I feel a little bit beleaguered of watching the same arguments being made over and over again by the same people and being defended against by the same people. So if you have a passion for something, please think about making a video and expanding the content here, because it would be great if we could talk about exciting ideas in non-threatening and non insulting ways. Or maybe it's just my idea and nobody else would like that. I don't know. Anyway, you guys take care. Talk to you later.